Morning over here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So today we'll continue from where we stopped last video. You can see where we stopped. Everything is still there. So what we'll do now is we'll add our logo in this place. We'll add our logo, and then we'll make sure this line move, and then we'll change the color of this thing of the background and the loader so that it will look nice and okay. So the first thing we'll do is to add our logo. If I come to my desktop here, I have one of my logos here, so I'll copy it, Ctrl C, and then I'll come to my folder, my website folder, JSoft. So and then I'll open another folder, the new folder, and I'll call it img images. That's where I'll save all my image I'll be using for this work. So inside it I'll paste my logo. It's a png file anyway, so I'll come back to my website, and then I'll say under this place I put logo. In between it I'll say img tab. So where is the logo file? Is inside my img, which is this one, slash logo dot, can see it's logo dot png. So let's check and see if it has appeared on our website. You can see it there. So we'll make sure we fit it at the center, and so how do we do that? You have to style this logo, this one. You can see class. You have to do it, and I told you, I showed you how to style all these classes. You go to the CSS folder file, and you say dot wrapper dot logo dot loader dot loading, in other sense like we did in this one. I say it's dot wrapper dot loading. Why we're using the dot loading is because they are class. Assuming I don't want to use the class, I can use the ID. I'll come here and say ID is equal to logo also, or any other thing I want to give it. So if I'm to style this thing using the ID, I'll come to my CSS and I'll say hashtag logo. You can see it's almost the same thing like that, only that this one, each time you see this one, you know that they are using the ID of the div. Each time you see this one, it means they're using the class of the div. So any of them, you can call them, you know, when you have a child, you have first name and surname. So this can be the first name, this can be the surname. So anyone you use is working. Anyone you use will work. So then I'll say logo. But before I style this logo, I will style this image, this one, img. Why? So that each time I put image, it must always be the same size with the div, with the container. It must almost always be the same size with the container. So I'll say img can be at the top of everything. I can say img. You see, you can also style an object using the what do you call this one? Using the syntax img div. If I write div here and style it now, div, anything I do anything I say in this div, the color I give it, the width, it will affect all the divs, everything. It will affect all the divs, this, it will affect all of them. So that's why it also style with that also. So you can say image width, I want it to align with the object, so say 100%, height 100%. So that means any image that I put now will be having 100% of the div. Like I said before, I said div is like a container, so it should be 100% of the container. So now this logo, now say is one that is holding the image, so I'll say width let's say 120 pixel, height 120 pixel, and position I'll say absolute. Then I'll transform. I want to calculate it and put it in the center. That's the work of it. But before that, you say top. Top is 50%. Left is 50%. Then we now say transform or calculate it and make sure it is the same. So say minus 50% dash minus, let's say 110%. So if you check it now, we'll see what will happen. You can see, I think it's small. The size of this one is small. So let's increase it a little. 170. Wow, okay. You can see that is at least 8. Okay. So now we want to change this our color here. I don't like how the color is looking. It's too, even this one itself is too shining. So you press your F12. Now this F12, now in some browsers it will be at the right hand side here like this, but I have to move my own down to the bottom so that it will be wide and I can see what I'm doing. So I think I will do that. So if we use this one, so it's, click on here and see, so it's always like this. Why me I use this one? I use this one, but it will be at the bottom and wide. And I'll come to elements and look for this. So it will be inside wrapper. I'll click on wrapper. It will be inside loader. Click on loader, and this is it, I guess. So I'll click on this. If I click on it now, all the effects I gave it will appear here. So I'll now click on the color, and then I will use the eyedropper tool to locate which color I want. So once I click here now, it will give me the color code. So I'll just, you can see that it has changed already also. So I'll just copy it, this code. I'll copy this code, because now if I refresh now, everything will go. See, it's now green again. So I'll paste the code in this, paste it there. Let's reload. You can see now that it's now color I want. So the next one again is the background. I don't like it's too black, so let's change it. You can see that I gave it black. So let's look for a color. It's like I'll be using this color of this my logo. I like it. Wow, you can see now. So I'll also copy the code also, and then I'll paste it in my wrapper. Paste the code there. Oh, sorry. Paste it there so that if I reload it will still retain the same color I gave it. You can see now. So little by little we are going there. Now even this white ones, if I don't like it, so I can click on it also. Or come here, look that. You can see the color I gave it, white smoke in the CSS is showing there. So I'll click on it and then I'll look for some other color that is nice. Let me see this one. I cannot use this one. Oh god. Okay, let's use this place. I like this one. This thin line. I like this. But I can also use the same color as the background. So it will not show anything. Okay, let me just use okay, let me use something. In your own, you can use any color you want to use in your own. I think I'm okay with this one. So I'll copy the code and paste in this one. I put white smoke. So I guess I'm through with the coloring and everything. So everything is now to my taste. I can now close this. You can see our website is going gradually. Oh shit. Okay, so let's continue. Now I also reduce the size of this one. It's not, I don't like it as it's starting from here, so let's make it smaller more. Try the loading. The width will be, let's give it 2%. Let's see. Yeah. So I think we are through with this, and then let's now use our JavaScript to make sure that this line moves from here to the ending. So we'll now move to our JavaScript. We'll now say $sign document that's ready. So function and what this line means now is that once the documents are finished loading, you should start all your JavaScript should start functioning. That's what it means. That's why in some sites, if this thing is still loading, anything you press will not work. Anything you press will not work because why? It have not finished loading. So it's on until it has finished loading before everything will start functioning. That's what it means. Yeah, that's it means in this line of code. Document.ready. If the document is ready, if the website page has finished loading, then every other thing can start working. If not so, it won't work. If the website is slow and it's rolling, if you press any other thing, it will not go at all. So that's that about that. So let's test and see if it's working. Let's see console.log. Now what is this console? Is a place that shows us errors in JavaScript coding. So you can say jQuery is ready. So if we come down here, how do we locate it? You see, press F12 again in our key, F12, and then we come to the console. If I reload it now, uncaught syntax error missing. After this, let's check where the error is from. Oh, it's my fault. I'm supposed to put is that hyphen or what? I don't know what they call it. Yes. So let's check it again. You can see jQuery is ready. So I think we can continue. So what we'll now do is that we'll create a variable that will hold the length of this one, so we can say var length loading, or no, loader, because we name this one loader and name this one that is moving loading. So you see loader is equal to hashtag. So inside here now we'll put the class name of the loading, which is this one. So since it's a class, we'll say dot loader. So we'll now say dot loader. The same thing we did in the CSS, dot loader. Why? Because it is a class. How we should we have ID now that is here now? ID loader. We could have said hashtag loader. So since we are using the class, let's use the class and continue what we are doing. Sorry. Let's remove this one. So anyone, you can use any of them if you want. Anyone. That's right. So this is it. So let's check if it has really given us the length of. Okay. That's width. So this line of code now, we store the width of the loader inside here, inside this one, so that if I say console.log length loader, if I view it now, you can see it has returned the length I gave it initially in the CSS, 550. You can see it, 550. That's the width. You see this JavaScript, it can be used as a CSS also. If you know how to use it very well, you can use it as CSS. You can use and style the container and everything, make it look okay also. The same thing. So you can see that that's giving us the width. Let's continue. So after that again, we'll get the length of the loading itself. var loading underscore length is equal to the same thing we did, that's loading. That is the class name of this one, the one in the inside that is moving. I call it loading. So that loading dot width. You see. So and then after that again, that's what we know in in JavaScript that is called set interval. What is this set interval? This set interval allows changes to be made with the period of time. It can be 1 second, it can be 1 milliseconds, it can be, and so on. So for that, I will now say another variable again, var I is equal to loading length. So like it's holding, this one now is holding the value of the loading length. It's holding the value there now. So I'll now say set interval. Like I said, set interval is used to, I'll say, okay, another variable again, load, call it load, is equal to set interval. Like I said, this set interval is used to make changes to something with a period of time. So I'll now say function but before then I'll put comma here and give it the time. If you see 1000 like this, 1000, it means 1 second. It means what? 1 second. 1 second. So inside here now is where I'll now write all my codes. I'll now say I plus plus. That means every 1 second I should increase its value. Okay, let's put it in the console. Console.log I. So if we look at it now, you see each second 2, 3, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19. You see it changes every second. So let's continue. You can see. So let's move this again. Why? Because I said I plus plus, so each seconds to change. So when I say if I is greater than or equal to this one itself, which is this one, if it's equal to or greater than this one, length loader, what should happen? It should stop, because if not so, if we not say stop, it will run from here to this place and pass itself and be going until no stopping, no end, nothing. So you say if I is equal to I mean is greater than or equal to this, it should do what? It should clear interval of this load. But else, if it's not up to that, else it should do what? It should get dot loading. Sorry, it should be inside this dot loading dot css, which is a styling. Then we'll put this width. We should change the width over time. Now the width should have the value of I. Like we all know that I is changing every seconds. So every second the width also will change. The width also will change. The width also will change every second till it gets to the ending. So let's see what we've done so far. You can see it's moving. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's moving every second. Every second it's moving. It's moving. It's moving. But it seems it's too slow for our liking. So it's taking the value of I. So each time I increase, the width also increase. Each time I increase, the width also increase. So let's reduce the time so it will be more faster. If you say 100, see, you can see that it's more faster now. This time I is moving, it's also moving. So if you say 10, see that it will be very fast. You can see. Bam! You see that it did not move. If I do not write this line of code, this is what will happen. Let me note this one. If I do not write that line of code, you see that it will pass it. So what will happen now? It's to get there and to pass it. No, go further. Anyway, it's always good to clear the interval. So now, if it has finished loading, what's next? What's next? If it has finished loading, what's next? Because if it loads, so we want it to be after loading, it goes to the next page. So that means we have to create our next page in this place. Next page, we say new, Ctrl N. That's why I pressed there. Or let me do it the right way. You see it. That's Ctrl N. So new file. What should we save it as? So let's save it as index2 or main index.php. So once the thing clears the interval now, what next? After, now say Windows dot location is equal to main underscore index.php. I see to move it to, let's see, you can see that it has moved to main index.php. You can see. So this one now will now be our main page. So I think we are good to stop here for now, so that you can assimilate, or how do you call it? You can make use of the one you have learned so far, and then work with it, and make sure you can do it without looking at the video again. You can do it on your own. See? So thank you for watching the video. Thank you for your time and everything. So see you in our next video. Bye. And remember to drop feedback of the video so that I will know if you are not understanding the way I teach or what I do. Should try let me know so that I can explain it to you personally on your chat or something else. Alright, have a nice day. Bye.